fun එක next level කරන dialogue fan blaster.
Tonight, on First at 9 this Wednesday, the 1st of January 2025. 2025. Sri Lankans celebrate the new year with enthusiasm and hope. Rest of the world joins in to welcome 2025, while the Middle East, Sudan and Ukraine remain silent amid ongoing conflicts. Clean Sri Lanka. President calls on Sri Lankans to be the harbingers of the change they desire. Says laws will only be used as a last resort. 2 decades of excellence. TV Derana celebrates 20 years of excellence since 2005. Record revenue. Sri Lanka Customs records a revenue of over 1.5 trillion rupees in 2024, the highest ever in a single year.
Chilo Dairy, Sri Lankawama Kiren Perata. Obe Vishwasi Dinu Sensorain, then Langamati Pharmacy in Labagata Hacker.
Kanta Parisankaragatot? Api Parisan.
Asian Paints Causeway Aquasave, Vesat Matui Gadarat Disney.
This is Ada Derana First at 9 with Indivadi Amuata. Live from Studio 24 in Colombo.
And a very warm welcome to First at 9, and we wish you a happy and prosperous new year from all of us here at Ada Derana. You're joining us on Sri Lanka's most trusted news brand. And Sri Lanka welcomed 2025 with pomp and circumstance, with streets filled with light and colour. The skies above Colombo lit up with breathtaking fireworks displays and a spectacular drone show at the Golf Face Green. With that, let us take you around the island to see how Sri Lankans welcomed the new year with much enthusiasm and hope.
Tens of thousands gathered in Colombo to witness the dawn of 2025. Spectacular fireworks displays at the Lotus Tower took center stage at the New Year's Eve celebrations. Many gathered at Golf Face Green to witness an eye-catching drone show comprising 400 drones, bringing light and color to the premises. Celebrations to welcome 2025 were set up at several locations across Colombo, including the port city. Meanwhile, several musical shows were organized across Colombo. Tourists too joined to celebrate the dawn of 2025 in paradise. Meanwhile, Sri Lankans across the culturally and religiously diverse island welcomed the new year seeking blessings in the comfort of their respective religions. A large number of devotees were seen visiting Buddhist temples across Sri Lanka. Many devotees visited the Sri Pada and sought blessings to welcome the new year. the New Year midnight mass was conducted by Archbishop of Colombo, His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit at the St. Lucia's Cathedral in Cartagena. Meanwhile, Hindu devotees visited Hindu kovils and invoked blessings for the new year.
Meanwhile, people across the world also welcomed the new year in grand fashion. The Republic of Kiribati, New Zealand and Australia were among the first countries to kick off New Year's Eve celebrations. However, notably, muted New Year celebrations were held in parts of the Middle East, Sudan and Ukraine amid the ongoing conflicts in the regions.
Celebrated the arrival of 2025 with spectacular fireworks displays and galas. The Republic of Kiribati, a set of small islands in the Pacific Ocean, was the first nation to welcome the new year. New Zealand and Australia celebrated the dawn of 2025 with fireworks displays at Auckland's Sky Tower and Sydney's Harbour Bridge respectively. They were soon followed by Asia as crowds gathered at temples in Tokyo as bells rang at midnight to celebrate the arrival of the new year. However, New Year celebrations in South Korea were subdued in the wake of the Jeju airplane crash which claimed 179 lives. China, the Philippines and Hong Kong also joined in with fireworks and intricate drone shows to welcome the new year. During his New Year's address, Chinese President Xi Jinping said no one can stop China's reunification with Taiwan, laying down a clear warning to what Beijing regards as pro-independence forces within and outside of the island of 23 million people. The Middle East joined in these celebrations as fireworks from over 60 locations across all 7 emirates and more than 10,000 drones lit up the first few minutes of the new year in the UAE, setting multiple world records. New Year celebrations remained muted in several conflict zones worldwide, including Ukraine. Delivering his New Year's address, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky vowed that his country will attempt to halt Russia's advance in 2025 and end the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. Meanwhile, Russia geared up for 2025 with spectacular displays of lights and festive cheer. Russian President Vladimir Putin said in his New Year address that Russia would move forward with confidence in 2025 and that Russians should be proud of what the country has achieved during his quarter century in power. Europe soon joined in the festivities with colourful fireworks celebrations at Berlin's Brandenburg Gate and the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Similarly, the United Kingdom welcomed 2025 with spectacular fireworks displays at the London Eye. The Americas, meanwhile, heralded the new year with thousands of people at the Copacabana beach in Rio de Janeiro and New York's Times Square for the famous ball drop. Territory to welcome the new year were the Howland and Baker Islands, which belong to the United States.
Union Assurance.
Welcome to Cinnamon Life, South Asia's biggest entertainment hub, where awe awaits.
චන්දුරුසුනේ කාගෙන් මනාපේ සිංහ TV සඳහා සුපිරි ඩීල්.
Sadaharita Plantations Limited, celebrating 22 years of your trust.
Crunchy goodness for hunger on the go.
President Anura Dissanayake in his New Year message invited all Sri Lankans to move forward in 2025 with renewed vision and determination, working towards creating a prosperous nation and ensuring a beautiful life for everyone. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya said the government is committed to uplifting the nation in critical areas including the economy, industry and education, creating a future where every citizen can live a peaceful, free and dignified life.
President Anura Dissanayake in his New Year message expressed optimism about the nation's future, calling it the dawn of a new era where the long-cherished dreams of prosperity are beginning to materialize. President Dissanayake emphasised that eradicating rural poverty, implementing the Clean Sri Lanka initiative and building a digital economy are among the primary development goals of the incumbent government. He highlighted that all citizens must move forward in 2025 with renewed vision and determination, working towards creating a prosperous nation and ensuring a beautiful life for everyone. Meanwhile, in her New Year message, Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amrasuriya said that government is committed to uplifting the nation in crucial areas, including the economy, industry and education. The Premier revealed their vision of creating a future where every citizen can live a peaceful, free, dignified and fulfilling life, transcending barriers of race, gender, ethnicity or religion. Dr. Amarasuriya invited all Sri Lankans to unite together with a shared purpose, setting aside all differences to ensure the success in building a better future for the country. Leader of the opposition Sajith Premadasa meanwhile stressed that all must resolve in the new year to act with the necessary courage, strength and vision to overcome the challenges Sri Lanka faces at the moment. In his New Year message, the opposition leader expressed his hope of ending the uncertainty and disappointment faced by the public over the past years and create an economic, political and social environment conducive for people to remain in the country. He highlighted the importance of a proper path to defeat distress and achieve relief and added that a new economic program and process is crucial to rebuild the lives that collapsed in the face of the economic crisis.
President Anura Dissanayake says he trusts the Sri Lankan people to initiate the transformative change expected through the Clean Sri Lanka initiative, adding that the law will only be enforced in instances where the path of progress is obstructed. The head of state made the statement while addressing the event held to mark the inauguration of the Clean Sri Lanka program today. Speaking further, the president highlighted the eradication of poverty, instilling respect for the rule of law, combating bribery and corruption, and the digitization of the economy as core trends and factors of not only the Clean Sri Lanka program, but also the government's vision for Sri Lanka's future.
Clean Sri Lanka.
The inauguration of the Clean Sri Lanka program was held this morning at the Presidential Secretariat under the patronage of President Anura Dissanayake. This initiative aligns with the President's policy statement, a thriving nation, a beautiful life, and aims to launch a transformative national mission addressing the well-being, reconciliation and progress of the nation. A presidential task force comprising 18 members, including the Secretary to the President, the commanders of the Tri-Forces and the Acting Inspector General of Police, has been appointed to plan, guide, implement, review the progress and complete the Clean Sri Lanka program within the mandated period.
We are leaving behind 2024 and entering the new year 2025. We have celebrated the dawning of New Year's before this. However, we must ask ourselves whether we utilize those opportunities to change for the better. By end last year, we officially exited bankruptcy, and this year we are ready to implement the agenda to resolve the issues in Sri Lanka's economy. Sri Lanka is a country that faced threats to its security, but now we have been able to ensure national security. Similarly, we will systematically re-establish the rule of law in the country. There were multiple Supreme Court verdicts that found former presidents in violation of the Constitution. What is there to be said about the rule of law in a country where the first citizen has no regard for the supreme law of the land? Furthermore, bribery, corruption, deceit and waste are prevalent within the public service, the political authority and society as a whole. Therefore, we must expend a great deal of energy to put an end to corruption. We must lay this foundation if we are to take this country forward. We must also ensure that the benefits of the economy that is developed on this foundation passes down to every citizen. With that goal in mind, we will initiate 3 projects. The first is freeing the country and citizens from poverty. A stable society can never be built while economy is centralized around a small group of people. In order order for a stable society to be built, the benefits of economic progress must pass down to the grassroots level. Therefore, the upcoming budget will be the start of the economic program which aims to eradicate poverty from Sri Lanka. Our second project will be the digitalization of the country. The third is the Clean Sri Lanka program. This is not merely a program to clean the environment, but an initiative to revive Sri Lankan society from its present state of decay. Every year in Sri Lanka, 484 elephants are killed by humans, while elephants claimed 182 lives last year. More lives are lost due to floods and landslides, while others are displaced from their homes. With a view to mitigate these issues, we have included the restoration of environmental systems as a key element of the Clean Sri Lanka program. Last year, 595 people were killed by drowning, while 2,321 lost their lives due to motor accidents. This is emblematic of a society comprising individuals who lack appreciation for the value of their lives and are not sympathetic towards others. Therefore, a new system of values must be inculcated within this society. In achieving this goal, I put my trust in the people first and the law second. This requires citizens' contributions. However, if they are unwilling to do so, we will use the law to correct this behavior. Furthermore, we as a society must care for elderly and differently able people. It is a matter of social justice. Apart from this, both the political authority and the state mechanism must become efficient. To that end, we call on public servants to hold themselves accountable for the execution of their duties. We have an opportunity to revive our country. I will not say it is the last. However, I will ask you whether you are ready to grasp this opportunity and perform your duty in reviving our country. This is not merely the sole responsibility of the state or a political agenda, but a collaborative effort. As such, the Clean Sri Lanka program will only succeed with active participation from the public. To secure public participation, we will establish Clean Sri Lanka councils at the grassroots level. Further, a fund will be established to which people can contribute. This is not a project that has an end date. It is rather a program that continuously evolves with the changing world with the aim of reforming the state and reviving society.
During the event, donations were made to the Clean Sri Lanka Fund. Concurrent with the main event in Colombo, similar events were held at all government institutions across the island to mark the inauguration of the Clean Sri Lanka program. Meanwhile, the e-traffic mobile application for reporting traffic law violations, developed in parallel with the Clean Sri Lanka program, was launched earlier today under the patronage of Acting Inspector General of Police Priyantha Veerasurya.
Fast track your career from O-levels with eSoft.
ඩයිබටසෝල් සීනිවලින් පරිස්සම් වන ඔබට අමතක නොවන පෝෂණය.
ප්‍රයිම් ගෲප් ලංකාවේ ප්‍රථම වතාවට හඳුන්වා දෙන ලෑන්ඩ් ලීසින් ලේසියෙන් මීටමක්.
Single 1111 up to 60% off from the 11th November to the 17th of November.
Kalani wire කිසිගින්නක් නෑ.
කිසිගින්නක් නෑ. Kalani Fire Shield Wire.
This season, get up to 25% discount on Arpico Foam and Spring mattresses. Available at Arpico Supercenters.
Crunchy goodness for hunger on the go.
Now, this year is special to all of us here at the Derana Media Network. We celebrate a remarkable milestone in Sri Lanka's television history as TV Derana marks the 20th year since our beginnings in 2005. TV Derana has since gone on to redefine the Sri Lankan broadcasting landscape, constantly innovating and setting new standards in entertainment, news and current affairs. Now we take a look back at the channel's incredible journey and the significant contributions over the past 2 decades. Here's more on this story.
On October 11, 2005, Sri Lanka witnessed the grand and spectacular launch of TV Derana, a television channel that would go on to redefine the landscape of local broadcasting. The journey over the past 2 decades has been nothing short of remarkable, consistently pushing the boundaries of what Sri Lankan television could achieve. A key milestone in this journey was the telecast of the 2550th Buddha Jayanti Vesak Festival. In a historic first offshore broadcast by a Sri Lankan TV station, TV Derana went live from the sacred land of Bodh Gaya, marking a significant cultural achievement that resonated deeply with viewers. The channel's commitment to innovation in reality television is unparalleled, introducing reality shows Derana Little Star and Derana Dream Star, the longest-running reality shows in the country. TV Derana also pioneered youth-focused programming with Derana City of Dance, bringing competitive dance to Sri Lankan reality television for the very first time, and also introduced Derana 60+, featuring the senior generation, once again a first in the country. In 2014, Derana made waves in the news and media landscape with the launch of Sri Lanka's first and only news channel, Ada Derana. A bold move by Ada Derana to shift primetime news to 6:55 p.m. reshaped the viewing habits of the nation. Derana's state-of-the-art news studio, the largest and most modern in South Asia, further solidified our position as a leader in broadcasting. Then, in 2017, to cater to the English-speaking audiences, Ada Derana launched English news service, setting new standards in news journalism. Ada Derana English flagship current affairs program at Hyde Park received regional recognition, being nominated among Asia's best talk shows at the 24th Asian Television Awards. Yet another milestone was achieved with FM Derana, the first ever radio station launched to be telecast live on television. In yet another addition to entertainment, TV Derana launched the Derana Film Awards, the first film awards organised by a television channel. The Derana Music Video Awards followed, celebrating the burgeoning local music video industry and highlighting the achievements of Sri Lanka's creative talents. TV Derana's commitment to social responsibility has been unwavering, with nationwide social responsibility and humanitarian initiatives, Manusat Derana and Little Hearts that provide a lending hand to communities and individuals in need of dire support. In recognition of individuals who have made significant contributions to Sri Lanka, TV Derana introduced the Sri Lankan of the Year award. This prestigious honour is given to global Sri Lankans whose work has not only benefited the country but also elevated Sri Lanka's profile internationally. In addition to the television success, the Derana Media Network has produced the largest number of theme songs and continues to innovate in digital content, and the award-winning Pulse, Gasma and Nadi have firmly established the channel's dominance in the digital space. Mogo Studio, a subsidiary of Derana, has pioneered the production of Sri Lanka's first international 3D animated film, Secret of the Moonstone, targeting international audiences not just in English language but also in Tamil and Sinhala. The movie is slated to premiere in 2025. As a leader in entertainment television, TV Derana continues to redefine local programming, ensuring that viewers enjoy the highest quality content across a wide range of genres. From our pioneering reality shows to groundbreaking contributions to news and entertainment, Derana remains at the forefront of the industry, shaping the future of Sri Lankan media for decades to come.
And in other local news tonight, the Department of Meteorology forecasts showers exceeding 75 millimeters at times in the eastern and Uva provinces and in the Mathale, Nuwara, Polonnaruwa, Hambantota and Matha districts tomorrow. Light showers are expected in the northern province and the Anuradhapura district. The Met Department further states that fairly strong winds of 30 to 40 kilometers per hour are to be expected in the northern, eastern, north central and northwestern and southern provinces. Meanwhile, misty conditions are likely at some places in the western, Sabaragamuwa and central provinces next morning. The Department of Meteorology further urged the public to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporarily localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. The Examinations Department has decided to award free marks to all students for the 3 questions that were allegedly leaked prior to the 2024 Grade 5 scholarship examination. The Supreme Court yesterday declared that fundamental rights have been violated through the Cabinet decision to award free marks to all students for the 3 questions, citing that the Constitution nor the Public Examinations Act empowers either the Minister or the Secretary to the Ministry of Education to participate in the decision-making process. The court order also ordered the Commissioner General of Examinations to immediately implement a suitable recommendation out of the 3 recommendations made by the expert committee appointed to investigate the matter. The 3 recommendations were removing the compromised test items from scoring, awarding free marks for all candidates for the compromised questions, or re-administering a new test. Commissioner General of Examinations Amit Jayasundara said that following thorough consideration, the second opinion of awarding free marks for all candidates for the compromised questions was selected as the most fair and most suitable solution for the issue. Social activist Namal Kumara, who was arrested by the Colombo Crimes Division today, was ordered to be remanded in custody until the 15th of January. The relevant order was issued when the arrested was produced before the Colombo 4th Magistrate Court today. Police revealed that the arrest was made in connection with the audio recording being circulated in social media, which allegedly defames the Archbishop of Colombo, His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit. Police media spokesperson SSP Buddhika Manathunga confirmed that the arrest followed an extended investigation into the incident based on a complaint filed by media director of the Archdiocese, Reverend Father Jude Krishantha, before the CCD regarding the matter. Minister of Fisheries, Aquatic and Ocean Resources Ramalingam Chandrasekhar has urged the South Korean government to provide employment opportunities for local fishermen. The request was made during a meeting held earlier this week with the South Korean ambassador in Sri Lanka, Myeon Lee. A statement by the Government Information Department noted that discussions focused on expanding employment opportunities for Sri Lankan fishermen in South Korea and enhancing training programs and collaboration in fisheries and aquatic resources management. Minister Chandrasekhar also expressed his gratitude for South Korea's continued support to Sri Lanka and extended his condolences over the tragic plane crash in South Korea earlier this week. Welcome back. Sri Lanka Customs achieved a landmark revenue of 1.5 trillion rupees in the year 2024, the highest ever recorded by the department in a single year. Government set the Customs Department a revenue target of 1.53 trillion rupees for 2024, and the department achieved 1.515 trillion rupees in revenue by the end of the year. Sri Lanka Customs attributes the success to tax policies, an increase in imports, and improvements in the efficiency of the tax collection process implemented by its management. And Emirates announced plans to increase flight frequencies on its Dubai-Colombo route in 2025, boosting passenger capacity on the Sri Lankan service by 30% starting tomorrow. Initially, the new service will operate 6 times a week until the 31st of March. Thereafter, from the 1st of April, flights will be scheduled daily. The expansion aims to further enhance Emirates' long-standing partnership with Sri Lanka Tourism. The airline said this collaboration aligns with Sri Lanka's renewed focus on attracting eco-conscious travellers and achieving its ambitious target of welcoming 3 million visitors by 2025. And up next, we have Minal Wickremaghe from Capital Alliance with some thoughts on the current status of the economy in our next segment, Economic Outlook.
The weekly average weighted prime lending rate for the week ending December 27th recorded an increase of 34 basis points, rising to 9.06% compared to the previous week. Total outstanding market liquidity showed a surplus of 148.272 billion LKR. Government revenue and grants saw a significant increase during the 10 months ending October 2024, reaching 3,266.9 billion LKR, up from 2,434 billion LKR in the same period of 2023. Total expenditure and net lending for the same period rose to 4,327.7 billion LKR compared to 3,981.1 billion in 2023. Net domestic financing decreased to 786.3 billion, down from 1,477 billion LKR in the previous year, while net foreign financing surged to 274 billion LKR from 69.2 billion LKR recorded in 2023.
The Colombo Stock Exchange announced the appointment of Vindhya Jayasekara as its Chief Executive Officer designate with effect from today. Vindhya Jayasekara will succeed incumbent CEO Rajiv Bandaranaike, who is due to retire during the course of 2025 after serving in the capacity for 11 years. Jayasekara brings over 2 decades of experience in capital markets, encompassing both buy-side and sell-side expertise across the investment banking and asset management industries. With that, let's take a look at the rupee exchange rate for the day. And that wraps up tonight's edition of First at 9. Once again, we wish you a prosperous, healthy and happy new year ahead in 2025. This is your trusted news brand, Derana. Good night.